Good morning. Hey, good morning, James. Good morning, Chris. And good morning, Steve. I enjoyed my project in California, and it was interesting to kind of get on the front lines and meet some customers. And of course, it was also nice to see, reacquaint myself with Armstrong. And Chris and I had some nice reminiscence about Burt Root, and you know, I think the world of Burt as far as his technical abilities. Definitely one of the best, most knowledgeable people I had met. You know, Burt and I talked about a lot of stuff. I was telling Chris every time Burt called, I planned on spending 30 minutes. I mean, 25 for sure. I mean, he was always wanting to talk about technology. I actually visited Texas once, maybe a couple times actually. Once I came down to see Burt to show him some of the work I'd been doing on ready-to-assemble cabinetry. And I'm going to show you the same demonstration that I showed Burt. And then I'm going to maybe add a few other things I've learned, because I know that flat-packed cabinets are something of interest. So if you will excuse my unskilled approach for delivering a message, I thought this was actually the most effective way to show. I can follow with a PowerPoint too, but it'd be interesting just to hear some feedback. And I think what I'm going to show you has some upside, but there are a number of directions you can go. My vision, I guess the most important thing is I don't want to send a little baggie with 20 different little connectors with any package. I think that's clumsy. I'd rather have everything integrated into the system somehow. And so here we go. Wish me luck. So it's completely flat packed, where I have all the sides, bottoms, and cabinet fronts in the package. All of the joinery is dovetail, which is somewhat unique, but also not exclusive. I know there are people that service the multifamily housing industry that use a similar approach with maybe not quite like this, but very, very similar. So it's nothing that's patentable, but it's, as you can see, hopefully see, it's going to go together pretty darn quick. And the vision is to have a specialized profile, and the specialized profile will allow us some polyurethane glue. You know, when we did this, originally the polyurethane hot melts Gorilla Glues were really so new on the market, people just weren't even aware of them. And now, of course, they're almost every day in our life. So get my backs on here, my bottoms on, top on, and simply finish out the design with a slip-on back. So that's one of the versions. I mean, it's pretty simple, and it would require some specialty tooling. One other thing we did some time ago is we used spring steel clips. You know, this is not new technology. This is old technology, actually developed by Steelcase, and actually took by a Steelcase family member and brought to the marketplace, where he built phone booths for millions of phone booths. He had a complete line where all this was automated. A number of people actually built automated lines. But as you can see, the idea is, I call it off-the-wall cabinetry, because you build your cabinets where your members can slip off the wall. You actually can build a cabinet on the wall, but in this case, what I'd like to demonstrate is how a face frame, a door front face frame assembly could easily be assembled. Sorry, I have to look inside. assembled and disassembled, where in the future you would pull off the fronts when you're changing out a front. Let's say for a customer like Equity, you offer them a box that's durable, super durable, something that will last, and then you offer them whatever fronts you'd like with change out fronts as a possibility. And then it really comes down to hardware, how we're going to assemble all this. Modular systems, the spring steel clip's been around a long time, very easy to use, actually very kind of hard to machine into. Of course, that's where I would like to have everyone consider Knapp. My friends at Knapp, this is my partner in my ready-to-assemble housing technology, and they have not one, but probably 4 to 6 possible technologies that would work for this, and they're always self-centering and concealed, and they really do go together quite easily and strongly. You can just, there it is. And obviously we all have, all this has to meet KCMA standards, so I'm of course ready to do any testing that you need to load the cabinets to make sure that the frames are going to stay on. And that's my presentation. So I hope this has been informative. I would be glad to talk about this more. I'm certainly glad to travel. However, I think I would be more than willing to try and just brainstorm over the internet and web meeting or via a phone call, and just to kind of vet out your interest and to see if it's something that you might be willing to invest some R&D dollars outside of Armstrong with or in. Thanks again. Have a great weekend.